Well, we have spoken about influence in general. We've spoken about influence over those who are younger than us. Now, I'd like to speak about influence over those who may report to us or whom we've been called to train at our workplaces. Yes, influence is important in that realm, especially. Let me tell you a story. I can remember back, and it was quite a few years ago, probably close to 20 years ago, that I had a job. It was for an insurance company, and I was being trained as a representative. It was something that I was just doing because I needed the income, and it was part time, and there was something else that I wanted to pursue. And I did very well with the training. I learned everything that I needed to learn. But it became very evident to me that if I was going to be in that workplace, that the workers themselves did not have a good work ethic. That's the only way that I can say it. And they began to talk about what one had better do and had better not do in terms of dealing with management and working. It was a very tight union shop. And I eventually did not want to go up against the union members that were on that job being trained with me. And so I fired myself. How did I do that? I didn't want to resign, but what I did do was that I went against the lateness standard. And because of the fact that if you were late X number of times within so many weeks, you were automatically fired, I fired myself because I just at that time I was much younger and I didn't have the backbone to stand up against all of those people. I had worked with people who were in union shops before, and I saw how difficult that could sometimes be. I didn't really need to deal with that. I had many other personal issues that I was dealing with. I didn't want to have an issue on my job, so I just absented myself from the job by being late one time too many. Now, my question to you is this: what kind of influence are you having on the people who either report to you or who you have to train? Are you putting them in a position that is causing them to do something that's personally detrimental just because they don't want to have to deal with your negative influence? Or are you building them up and helping them to do well? I'd love for you to share any of your influence stories with me, and I thank you so much for listening. As always, this is Denise Miller. We're here to talk about leadership influence this month, and this week I would love for you to share some of your influence stories with me.